Same to you.
Thank you so much. It's happy and healthy, we hope, certainly.
Absolutely.
Any resolutions that you like to share with us?
I don't like to share my resolutions publicly. I have an ongoing battle with the waistline, so hopefully I'll make some progress in that area.
Fair enough. Personal or public, everybody has their own thoughts, I'm sure, for the new year. And
Absolutely.
are you hopeful on the pandemic front here in Quincy?
I am. I mean, everyone's been talking about the new year, getting 2020 behind us, and I agree with that. But I also see that during this past year we've had incredible outpouring of positive reaction, people helping one another, people stepping up to make a difference, people leading in areas that they never thought they'd be leading in. I mean, there's always good that comes out of the bad. Obviously, for those families that have been directly affected, it's been a tough year, and a tough year not only if somebody was sick with the illness or sick in general, that people couldn't go to the hospital to visit their loved ones. Mm-hmm. And in cases of people that have passed away, the families couldn't grieve in the traditional way. So it's been a tough year on people. And, we have a large community. We're all one big family. So when one hurts, we all hurt. So we certainly are mindful of the folks that have lost loved ones. We're mindful of the sacrifices people have had to make. People that have lost their jobs, people out of work and can't pay their rent. I mean, there's a lot of effect from this pandemic that has drastically changed people's lives. So we're mindful of that, but we're also hopeful going into 2021 now with the vaccine being rolled out. Hopefully by spring we'll be turning the corner, and it will be a better year in the end. Let's hope.
Yeah, certainly one of the blessings here in Quincy is the services from Manna Community Health Center, right?
Indeed. We've got some great folks in our community from the health world, and Cynthia Sierra and Manna Health. They have 2 facilities in Quincy, and Cynthia and the team have really stepped up and partnered with the city in so many ways in trying to get through this crisis. And we directed some federal money that way so we could do the tent setup early on for testing and help with logistics. And of course now we've got the facility in Old Colony Ave, Tuesdays 12 to 4, that Manna is overseeing for testing for walk-in people. So we continue to try to use all the resources as best we can, coming together as a community. And I can't mention Santa without mentioning Ruth Jones and the team at the health department have just been extraordinary in all their work. Our first responders, just incredible. And people, again, the positive thing is people step up. They love the city, they love the community, and want to do the right thing. So certainly I salute Manna and the health team. And, I've been on the phone with Rich Fernandez from BI Milton and the new urgent care facility on the Parkway doing a lot of testing. Mm-hmm. We've got the facility, the separate facility up on Washington Street, Southern Artery, convenient medical. I'm not sure now the right name.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah,
but they've been doing a ton of testing.
Yeah.
South Cove in North Quincy that serves largely Asian American families. They've been doing incredible work. Mm-hmm. So everybody's stepping up and trying to get it done in any way we can to get through the crisis.
Yeah. Do you know where there'll be kind of a mass vaccination site in Quincy at all?
Those discussions are happening. Okay. We don't know yet. The state's trying to figure it out. So we're willing to do anything and everything to get these vaccines out as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
So in the case of a vaccination site, a doctor has to oversee it, mm-hmm. but you don't have to be a doctor to obviously give the shot. So we have a lot of resources in this community, so we'll be looking to be part of a rollout that makes this thing work efficiently and effectively, so whatever that may be.
Right. I know the first responders here in Quincy, among the first in the state to get vaccinated, thanks to the services of Manna. So that's a positive right there as well.
It is indeed, and we've seen some of our first responders test positive over the last couple of months, and so we've seen a little bit of spike, particularly in the police station. So the quicker we get this thing done, the better for all of us. Absolutely.
Sure. Mayor, is there any plans yet for your State of the City address?
We're still kicking that around, Joe.
Okay.
And it's essentially probably the end of this month. Probably be live streamed because of the conditions we're in right now with the restrictions. I don't think we'll be able to have an audience, so to speak, a live audience at least, in person. So we're trying to work out those logistics, and it's going to be a kind of a different one for sure this year.
Certainly,
in so many ways.
Yeah. Any thoughts as to some goals for the new year for the city?
Well, certainly as part of the address, I would talk a little bit about this past year, but then certainly discuss what we got coming up. And some of what we had talked about a year ago when I got sworn in, a number of things had to be pushed a little bit on the back burner because of the pandemic and all that it involves. So we'll probably revisit some of those things, such as the potential new Quincy College. We expect in the next couple of months to be bringing the appropriation in for the public safety headquarters. We'll be ready for that very soon. So, this is a major interruption in the normal activity of things. However, the items that we'll be talking about are 50 to 100-year decisions that, we got to continue to move forward on these major issues. So, we'll be talking to the council in the coming weeks on a number of these issues, both individually and to the body. And some of those items, as I mentioned, the public safety headquarters, the college, some other downtown acquisition parcels, which comes out of the DIF, that really paves the way for the next phases of private investment and construction of additional units and commercial space. So certainly we'll be talking about all of those things in the coming weeks and months for sure.
Yeah. What does having the Speaker of the House from Quincy mean for the city now?
Well, Ron Mariano I've known for about 35 years, and he served on the school committee. In fact, he came back on the school committee at my request when my early years, when the budget was really tough. We had an opening, and we needed somebody that could assist us get through it, and he'd been through a number of challenges there. So he stepped right in, said, sure, I'm not going to run for it, but I'll be happy to help and fill the slot for a period of time. Ron's always been a go-to guy. He's been a great one for advice and guidance and helping us get things through at Beacon Hill. So he's certainly a friend to Quincy. He's a proud, Quincy Point kid, and that hasn't changed. He's, he and I are a little different on ideology, and a little different on some of the issues in the world, so to speak. But we get along very well. He's very responsive to issues of the city, and I certainly look forward to working with him. And it's a tremendous honor, both for Ron and for the city of Quincy, truly. We haven't had a Speaker of the House from Quincy since Colonel John Quincy.
Right.
I think John Hancock may have served in that, but at that point he was living in Boston. So it's quite an honor for both Ron and the cities, and we wish him well.
Yeah. Do you anticipate any changes from Washington with the incoming new administration?
Well, there's still a lot of talk about Mayor Walsh.
Oh, right. Yes.
Heading down there as Labor Secretary.
Yeah.
So that could affect some things politically, certainly in Boston. I don't know yet on how the new president and Congress will respond to additional funding for the pandemic and or funding for infrastructure, which has been talked about for a long time. In either case, we are well prepared to make the case for Quincy and do what we need to do to obviously bring as many dollars from the federal government to Quincy as we possibly can. So Steve Lynch has been a great partner as well, our congressman. He's on top of things. We talk regularly, so we got a good friend there as well.
Yeah. Do you anticipate maybe any more assistance from the Affordable Housing Trust here in the city or from the Quincy Relief Fund?
That's all possible.
Okay.
I talk to Tim Cahill on a regular basis at the chamber and see what's happening at that level. Obviously our planning department, we're always talking about how best to use these monies to help the city, individuals as well as businesses stay alive. So, we'll continue to monitor that, and if there's more funds available, we may do some of the things we had done this year, absolutely.
Yeah. Mayor, I understand there's a bit of normalcy this weekend in the hockey world.
Yes, we forget about these things that are so meaningful to high school kids. This Saturday, Quincy High and North Quincy High hockey play against each other. It's I don't know if it's the last time the seniors will meet, Quincy versus North, but it's a big deal, and this is part of the life of going through high school. We got to still be cognizant of trying to make things as normal as we can. So the restrictions will be tough as far as people going to watch the game in person, but they're going to stream it live. I don't have the link yet. I'm sure we'll put that up once we get it. But one of the parents had reached out to my office saying, "Could you plug the Quincy and North Quincy game that's coming Saturday? You know, the kids really need this." And whether it's hockey, whether it's soccer, whether it's basketball, football, whatever the sport, it is a big part of the life of going through high school, and we should continue to do what we can to make this as well. It can't be normal. It's not normal, but as best we can for the experience of these kids. So
that's right at the Youth Arena.
It's at the Youth Arena in Quincy, and we'll be again live stream, stream live, whatever they call it.
Very good. Good to talk to you, Mayor. Appreciate your time.
Anytime. Good to talk with you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jim.
Bye-bye.